Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today in this position, I have created another brilliant chess puzzle. And as you can see in this position, white has a pawn for a queen. And I don't know how white lost the queen, but that's just how it is. And black has two connected passed pawns, which are really powerful, and black is threatening to capture the knight, however white can capture the queen. And if white captures the queen, it's a blunder, because actually after black captures the knight, the white knight is under attack, so it has to move, and the pawn will promote, and black will just end up with a few pieces up, and black will have an easily winning position. So white must avoid falling to the trap of taking the queen, and instead white can actually play the brilliant move knight to f7, threatening rook to h8 mate. And in this position, black can actually delay this mate by a few more moves. However, it's not really useful, because if black plays pawn to g6, then white can simply take the bishop with check. And if the king goes to g7, then rook to e7 is mate. And if if black takes with the f-pawn, then rook to e7 is once again mate. So after black takes with the h-pawn, white can play rook to e7, and after king to h6, rook to h8 is also mate. So it's pretty clear that black can't really play pawn to g6 to stop the mate. So black has to give up both of his rooks to stop the mate for at least two more moves, and then give white a check. Since pawn to g3 will just get white mated after a few moves when the queen joins into the attack. And so white must not go into this line. And instead white must play, if we go back a few moves, white must not advance this king out either, because black can get all of his pieces into the attack. Now let's say that white goes king to h3. I'll just give you an example. Black can basically play queen to f5, and even though this position is better for white won't have a forced mate anymore. So white must play king to h1 to avoid all the checks. And now black can only delay the mate by a few more moves, so pawn to g5 has to be played in order to free up the g7 square. And now white can sacrifice the knight by playing knight takes g5 check, and we've kind of arrived at the same position in the first part, where if black plays pawn to g6. So once again, taking with the f-pawn will just get black mated in one move. And if black goes to g7, then once again it's mate in one. And if black, well, the best move is actually to take with the h-pawn. And after rook to e7, black has to go to h6, and after rook to h8, black is forced to sacrifice the queen with queen to h7, and white can finally mate on the 8th move of the puzzle. I hope you enjoyed this puzzle, and if you did, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more. I'll see you all in the next video.